In a matter of 72 hours, Aaron Rodgers has learned that money cannot buy you happiness. His best bud, Davante Adams, has been shipped off to the Las Vegas Raiders because after signing that massive deal, Green Bay just decided we cannot manage to keep both Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams on the books. So now Derek Carr is reunited with his Fresno State buddy, and Aaron Rodgers is left wincing, thinking about the weapons outside of Randall Cobb he's left to throw to. This leaves Green Bay's offense in a little bit of turmoil as they really don't have any true outside receiving weapons that they can throw the ball to. Allen Robinson is going the Odell route and trying to show the world that he is no longer just a washed-up receiver who wasn't getting as many targets or wasn't getting the ball accurately thrown to him. He is a guy who is going to have a resurgence in 2022, and he's going to be a guy who shows the world that he is not just a washed-up receiver. He is a first-down machine, and mixed with Odell, mixed with Cooper Kupp, and mixed with all these guys that they have on that offense, he is going to be a force to be reckoned with in fantasy. And man, and Julio Jones. Three of these star-studded wide receivers are on the move today. Allen Robinson, like I said, to Los Angeles. Davante Adams to Las Vegas. And Julio Jones is out of Tennessee. So now we have some big gaping holes left to fill in some of these organizations. So Tennessee is without a true wide receiver 2. I would say the Atlanta Falcons are without any true wide receivers at all. Calvin Ridley being suspended, Russell Gage being out. He was the guy when no one else was there to step up. Matt Ryan doesn't seem like his future is very certain in Atlanta. Baker Mayfield wants out of Cleveland, and man, is it a circus going on in free agency right now. So the first one I want to kind of address, the elephant in the room here is Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield trying to force his way out of Cleveland really doesn't have any leverage. He's not worth much on the trade market, so no one wants to take any good picks off their books to trade for a guy who is on a proven year of his contract. So Cleveland is looking at it like the risk reward for us to keep you as our quarterback compared to getting rid of you it just doesn't make sense for us, especially with the quarterback market dwindling. Shaun Watson already said he doesn't want to be in Cleveland, pretty much limiting his two teams to the Falcons and the Saints. I think that the biggest issue Baker Mayfield's going to have this year is really being able to play with confidence, because obviously he is going to be lacking any sort of confidence from the organization as a whole, or at least he's going to feel that way because they wanted to give him up faster than somebody would give up $5 for a Five Guys burger that costs $10. It is just going to be a bumpy road in Cleveland for the next year, and now we're going to wait and see if Cleveland can mend that relationship with Baker, even though he really has made it clear that he wants out. Julio Jones is a very interesting target now because I think he's going to definitely have a market. Guys, we talked about the Falcons not having any weapons. Over there in New Orleans, they really need weapons. There are a lot of teams that need weapons. Carolina, the Panthers need weapons. There are a lot of teams that are. Kansas City needs a wide receiver too. Green Bay, that would be a crazy landing spot because Aaron Rodgers would go from Davante Adams to Julio Jones. If he could stay on the field, maybe he could turn into a top-tier target for Aaron Rodgers, and maybe that's someone that they're looking at in free agency for a cheaper, kind of prove to me that you're still a reliable wide receiver option, and they don't have to spend too much money to acquire him. He would be definitely an interesting option. Still got Juju Smith-Schuster floating around out there. A couple other guys left in free agency. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a couple other wide receiver trades floating around. The biggest news we've still yet to hear, Shaun Watson, where he's going. He's an Atlanta hometown kid, so my guess is he goes to Atlanta. I think the biggest holdup right now is Atlanta does not have the the core support to win right now. So it's probably an internal battle for him as to whether or not he wants to go in his own backyard and play for his city, or go to their division rival, somebody he rooted against his whole life. That would I'm a Lions fan, as hard as it is to admit. That would be like me going to play for the Green Bay Packers, knowing that I had an opportunity to play for the Lions and make an impact for my city. So I think Shaun Watson is kind of an internal battle. I think the Saints would be the best option because they do have Michael Thomas. They have a better offensive coach. When he filled in for Sean Payton last year, did a pretty good job. They have Alvin Kamara still. They have a better core support than the Atlanta Falcons do as of right now, especially after losing Russell Gage to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which gives Tom Brady, almost 45-year-old genius, another weapon to tamper with. So it's going to be interesting. It's really going to be interesting, but I think the winners of the day are definitely the Las Vegas Raiders. I don't think anybody saw them getting Yannick. I don't think anybody saw them getting Davante Adams. They saw all the moves that the Broncos and the Chargers were making, and they said, checkmate. We are going to compete in this division whether or not you want us to or not, and the AFC West is stacked, and whoever makes it out of the AFC West is poised to make a strong playoff push through that AFC, probably bound to meet the Bills somewhere in the AFC Championship game, because that is by far and away right now the toughest division in football, in my opinion. So let's talk about what some of these moves have done now for like a Dynasty League. If you really think about it, Dynasty League wise, there are huge gaping holes, like I said, in Carolina at quarterback. There's a huge gaping hole in Atlanta at wide receiver. There's Chiefs still need a wide receiver too. The Browns are still without a good secondary weapon. Tennessee doesn't have a wide receiver too. So I mean, there are some great landing spots still available. I think Juju Smith-Schuster kind of has a pick of the litter as to where he wants to go, and it's just going to be. I think the picks just got a lot better because now Green Bay holds multiple first-round picks, and they could definitely be targeting a couple solid wide receivers to plug and play in Green Bay that will be fantasy relevant in year one with Aaron Rodgers. And I think the wide receiver class this year, if there's any year, there are wide receiver talent. There's wide receiver talent out there that is ready to play in 2022, and Aaron Rodgers can accelerate their growth, have them be fantasy relevant year one, multiple rookie wide receivers if they wanted to go that route. And I don't think Green Bay will be bashful about that after giving Aaron Rodgers $50 million. I could see them taking a couple offensive pieces in the first couple rounds. So pretty much, I think the picks just got a little bit more valuable. If you have picks in the Dynasty League or these rookie picks, I think if there was ever a time to trade for a pick and maybe trade away a piece or two to get them, I think now is the time, because man, the landing spots are obvious. They're obviously whoever lands in like I said, Atlanta or in Green Bay, they are going to get a ton of the target share, because no one else really besides Kyle Pitts in Atlanta is going to be even competing for these targets. It's great to be a fantasy manager with picks right now, even though people kind of hated on the 2022 class. There are a couple puzzling things that are going on right now. I think the Raheem Moster signing for the Dolphins really kind of put a damper on the Chase Edmonds, but I think the Dolphins knew with their 17,000 running backs they have in that backfield, and Raheem Moster definitely, if he stays healthy, could be a solid piece in that Miami backfield. Obviously, he went over to play with his old coach from San Francisco, and it is obviously that guy likes him. For good reason. Raheem Mostert, when he's on the field, he's a very talented back with not very many rushes in his NFL career because he was kind of a late bloomer in the NFL. So it will be very interesting to see. He could be this year's kind of Cordero Patterson in a sense that if Miami is giving the ball for the carries to any of these running backs, and Raheem Moster can stay healthy, which that's a big if. He could be a definite fantasy relevant running back heading into 2022. So, yeah, lots of spots open. Lots of uncertainty right now, like I said, with Julio, with Juju Smith-Schuster, with these draft picks that are coming up, and it's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens. Man, there's a lot of moving pieces right now. A lot of exciting football that is going to be had when we start back up this season. But right now, my biggest advice: go trade for some of these picks, because right now there's a big gaping hole in a lot of teams that the draft is going to be the only method of filling these big holes that these teams have created for themselves. So let me know what you guys think, where guys like Julio end up, guys like Juju's going to end up, who's going to draft wide receivers, what wide receivers are going to draft, if there's any off-season targets that you still want to see, any trades you still want to see made. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think I am wrong about any of these takes, and let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see next. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. This is Simply Fantasy Football.